It is Sunday morning again, and again we are not together for worship, as I fear we won't be for a little while. But as I've said to colleagues and to some of you, I am reminded of the 3rd chapter of Mark's Gospel, in which Jesus enters the synagogue on a Sabbath to worship and to observe the Sabbath. And when he gets there, instead he encounters someone in need of healing. And though the custom, the religious practice, is not to work on the Sabbath, Jesus gets busy healing. Therefore, for a certain time, we are called to do the same, to set aside our religious practice in order to heal, in order to do our part. But that's not to say we're going to stop growing in the knowledge and love of God. We're going to stop worshiping. No, we're going to have Sunday school. So just like last week, I'm going to tell a story from Godly Play. And just like last week, at the end, I'm going to ask some questions. In fact, I'll ask some questions at the beginning too. And when I ask a question, I will give a pause, and then I want you to give a pause. That is, pause the video and answer the question for yourself, and allow those who are watching with you to answer the question. That's what we do in Godly Play. We share what's on our hearts as questions are asked. I'm going to give a little bit more time than last week because I found when I did this with my own family, we needed a little bit more time to pause and a little bit more time to reflect. I hope you will find this as rich as I did with my own family. Are you ready? Look, this box is the color gold. Perhaps there is something like gold inside. There could be a parable inside. They are very valuable. They are worth even more than gold. This box also has a lid on it. Sometimes it's as if parables have a door that has been shut. You can't go inside a parable even if you're ready sometimes. I don't know why, it just happens. Keep coming back again and again. One day, the parable will open to you. This box does look like a present. You know, there may be a parable inside. Because you were given parables as a present even before you were born. Even if you don't know what a parable is, it's still yours. It looks old. Parables are also old. They are older than you. They are older than me. They are even older than your grandfathers and your grandmothers. They are almost 2,000 years old. I wonder if there really is a parable inside. Let's open it up and see. I wonder what this could be. I wonder what this could really be. There is so much brown. There is no green at all. Look, there is no blue. There is nothing but brown. and the brown is scratchy. It is hard to know what this could really be if there is only brown. Let's see if there is anything else in the box that can help us. Now I wonder what this could be. What could it really be? Yes, it could be a crack. Perhaps the whole thing is going to break into two pieces. What do you think it is? Let's see if there's anything else to help us. Oh, look! It is a road. It is going from this place to this place. But there is more. Look at this. I wonder what these could be. There is no light in them at all. They are like shadows. Let's see what else there is to help us make the parable. There once was someone who did such amazing things and said the most wonderful things that people began to follow him. As they followed him, they heard him speaking of many things. Sometimes they asked him questions. One day, a person asked him what the most important thing in life is. And he answered, "You already know." That is true. I do. It is to love God and love people just like they are your neighbors. The person paused a while and thought, and he asked another question. But who is my neighbor? The person he asked then told this parable. There once was someone who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. As he went along his way, he was attacked by robbers. They hurt him, took everything that he had, and left him by the side of the road, half dead. There was also a great priest of the temple who went on the road from Jerusalem down to Jericho. As he went along his way, he came to the place where the person was who had been hurt, had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead. When the priest came to him, the priest went to the other side and went along his way. There was also someone who worked at the temple who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. He was one of the people who helped the priests. He took care of the temple and helped with the music. He was called a Levite. When the Levite came to the place where the person who had been hurt, had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead, he went to the other side, and he went along his way. There also was a person who went on the road who did not live in Jerusalem. He was visiting from a country called Samaria. The people in Samaria did not like the people in Jerusalem. And the people in Jerusalem did not like the people from Samaria. When the stranger came to where the person was who had been hurt, had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead, the stranger went to him. The stranger put medicine on the places where the person was hurt. He gave him his coat to put on. He then put him on his donkey and took him to a place to spend the night. The stranger even stayed with him all the night. And in the morning, he gave the innkeeper enough money for him to stay there until he was well. Now I wonder, who was the neighbor to the person who was hurt, had everything taken from him, and left by the side of the road half dead? I wonder if it could be this one. This one? Could it be this one? I wonder if it could be this one. I wonder, who is the neighbor to this one? That's not so easy, is it? Could it be this one? How about this one? This one? Who is the neighbor to this one? Who is the neighbor to this one? Now I wonder, what would happen if the person finding the injured traveler were a child? I wonder, what part of this story is about you? I wonder, who has been a neighbor to you? I wonder, to whom have you been a neighbor? God bless you. God love you. Be well, stay safe, wash your hands. God's peace be upon you.